Hi everyone, my name is Crystal. I am back with a new video. Hi guys, welcome back. Hope you guys are doing great. Today's video, we will be doing a little review on the Moonshot Micro Setting Fit Cushion EX over here. Look at this packaging. Oh, so pretty, and this is in number 301. So this is the darker shade. For shade reference, I do use the Kill Cover Fixer Cushion in 4BO Ginger over here. So this is actually a pretty good shade match with a lot of like yellow undertones for my yellow Asian skin tone. I did pick this up from YesStyle, and if you'd like to support me or if you found the video helpful, you can use my code It's Crystal to save some money off. It is a commission code, so I do get a small kickback out of it, and if you do use my code, thank you so much. And if you don't want to use it, you're uncomfortable, it's okay. You watching the video, good enough for me, so thank you. And without further ado, let's get into it. I brought you in slightly closer. I'm currently rushing for time. I need to go out soon, so sorry if I'm speeding through this a little bit. But basically, I do have sunscreen on right now. I did use the Beauty of Joseon Relief Sunscreen. This is my favorite. Look at I was supposed to do a sunscreen video and I haven't even do a full review on it, but you can see how much I've used this, and I did powder it down with the Fit Me Maybelline, just a light layer of powder. This is my skin condition right now. You can see there's a little bit of discoloration going on, also that signature acne scarring and all that kind of stuff right now. Not really any pimples for now. I normally will use a color corrector for my under eyes, but just for today's video, I'm not going to use it. So this is how it looks like, and when you open it up, it comes with a little puff over here. When you buy the Moonshot cushion, at least if you buy it on YesStyle, there is no refill for this, so it's about, I believe I paid about $20 for this, which is a little bit pricey I guess, but still reasonable. And the puff, you can fit in 3 fingers, so that's a good thing. Oh, it's upside down. Yeah, you can fit in 3 fingers, which you get more like control in a sense, and this is how it looks like. I like how there is a little like pointed edge over here, so you can get into the nooks and crannies as well. So this is how it looks like. It's your typical cushion foundation, not the mesh kind of cushion, and this is the darker shade, which I've said it before, like if you're selling this to an international market, then maybe you should prepare your products for the international market and not just for, you know, your people who are supposedly light skinned, which is not entirely true at the same time. There are definitely tanner people in your country. It's a whole rant, but you get the gist. I think I'll go in with this side of my face first, since there's an acne scarring over here and it'll be better for you to see the coverage. 1, 2. You can see I definitely have used this product before, and so far my experience with it has been relatively good. I'm very impressed.
Editing Crystal over here, I felt that the foundation right now on camera is looking a little bit grey, but in real life the match was quite close, but it was like a slightly bit darker than my natural skin, and you'll see that in a little bit.
I did go in with a little bit more product, and this is actually a really good color match to my skin tone actually. Look at that. You can barely see this acne scar over here. Definitely if you went in with concealer whatsoever, I think it will definitely build up the coverage, but just for today's video, not going in with that. I might go in with a little bit of an eye brightener, because look at those bags. Looking super skin-like. Look at that. Oh my god. It's almost on par with the Kill Cover Cushion Foundation. It's just that the clear one ends up with a little bit more dew in a sense, also because I powdered down as well, so maybe it looks a little bit more matte, but in general I felt like it looked really matte even with my past experience.
This foundation, even though it dries down matte, it is not sucking the life out of my skin matte. It is still rather comfortable to wear.
You can see the redness around my nose. I mean, it's still peeking through like a little bit over here, but it is covered up significantly as compared to this side over here. Like, see a lot of redness. I used to like foundations which are like, oh, full coverage and everything, but nowadays I think I'm just looking for a foundation that can cover with medium coverage, I guess, and also giving my skin that skin-like effect. I don't want to look like I'm wearing foundation that looks cakey and heavy, you know? Alright, so now I'm going with this side of my face.
Overall, I really had a good experience using this cushion foundation. This is actually my first cushion foundation from Moonshot. The last time I used a Moonshot product was their lipstick, the one that Blackpink endorsed back in 2016. Memories. You can see the coverage is very even, there's no patchiness. Also, the sponge on this cushion is really good in a sense that it helps to adhere the foundation to your skin, make sure it sticks well. I've come across many puffs, they end up being very thin or very flimsy to the point where it's difficult to control or the product doesn't spread evenly. I guess it's the small things that adds up to eventually lead up to a very good experience, a very fuss-free cushion.
I've recently been falling back in love with cushion foundations, and it's just so easy and so fuss-free, and it's great for travel. I actually wanted to bring this with me to KL, but I felt like the packaging for this is a little bit chunky. Now let me take the Kill Cover one. You can see a Kill Cover, it's just like slightly thinner. Actually, I was wearing this a lot before I left for KL. This was the cushion foundation I was grabbing for every single day for 4 days straight because I already had packed my makeup bag, which is the Kill Cover one from Clio. I didn't want to take it out. I didn't want to like make a mess and everything. So I used this and I was shocked by how much I love this cushion. I definitely would repurchase it for sure. When I finish this, I'll get a refill. And if you were to compare it to my other parts of my body, you can tell this is a little bit dark for me, but I think I can still get away with it when I use a brighter concealer under my eye, you know, do a little bit of contouring, things like that. I think I can get away with it. But I think the second shade, the middle one, would be a little bit too light for me. So I think if you're slightly tanner than me, you definitely are able to wear 301. I'm just glad that, you know, Korean foundations are going the little baby mile. I mean, it's the bare minimum, honestly speaking, but I mean, it's progress, I guess, that they actually have their darker shade that's a little bit, you know, dark, at least a little bit. Also, one good thing is that this has SPF, so this has SPF 50 plus PA quadruple plus. Of course, you shouldn't rely on the cushion foundation to be your sunscreen replacement. I highly suggest to just wear a sunscreen underneath, and whatever added bonus or whatever that is in cushion foundations or foundations in general is just an added bonus. Don't rely on this, just get a proper standalone sunscreen. Alright, so I'll go ahead and do the rest of my face and I'll be right back. Alright, so this is how it looks like. I had to wet my bangs. It was not a curling nightmare, but basically this is how it looks like. And yeah, look at that, the finish, so good. Of course, I had set it down with powder because I felt that the previous time when I did the Kill Cover wear test, I felt that it wasn't really accurate. Like I saw a lot of transfer here, and so far my experience with the cushion foundations here in Singapore, like I really must powder it down. If not, like it won't be an accurate representation of how things or how the foundation would last, because if not, it will just slip and fall off, because that's how hot and humid it is over here. So yeah, this is how it's looking like right now, isn't it? Oh, I love the finish of it so much. Alright, I need to leave the house already. So it's currently 2:07 and I'll do a little bit of check-ins here and there if possible. And this is how my skin is looking like with powder. So I did use the Maybelline Fit Me loose powder in number 10. This is a very good loose powder, very affordable, does the job well. It's on par with a lot of high-end powders. I still reach this over my high-end powders. Let me bring you in even closer just to show y'all how real it gets. So this is how my skin is looking like. There's definitely some bumpiness, some texture over here. I feel like loose powder does help to blur the pores a little bit, but you did see when my first application, when it was rather fresh. I'll be real with y'all, I don't put any filters on my videos, and this is how my skin is looking like in real life. This is stunning.
So on this particular day, I decided to wear a quote-unquote normal/flat mask, and you can see around my nose there's a little bit of separation going on, just a slight bit, but nothing too major. You can see that some product on the tip of my nose had kind of lifted off, and you can see the amount of transfer is quite significant. One thing I must say though is that this foundation does not settle into your pores or fine lines, which I really like. Probably because of the formula, it's more on the matte side of things. Sometimes Korean foundation can end up a little bit more dewier than usual, and then I usually have enlarged pores, which is normal, it's very human, but you can see it's still giving me this nice mix of skin light but airbrush, kind of look like an egg I guess, but it's a very nice formulation.
I'm back from the outside world. It's currently 7:51 p.m. and this is how my face is looking like. Actually, I realized that the transfer today was significantly more because normally I don't wear the usual flat type of mask because I was out for like a short period today. But I wore this for like 5 hours. You can see there's a significant amount of transfer. Usually I like to wear those Korean 3D masks where this part of my face doesn't really touch that much. But today, as you can see, a lot of transfer actually, even on the bands of the mask as well. But I felt that the overall coverage wise still looks relatively fine. It's not too jarring or whatsoever. So I think this is still rather acceptable even with powder on. I feel like around here coverage was lost. This side not too much. You can see my acne scar still peeking through, but it's not too bad. My forehead wise still looks okay as well. I don't think it is that bad. In total, I've been wearing it for 5 hours and I still think that this looks pretty alright for 5 hours of wear, considering the fact that it's pretty hot. I just walked around a lot in a shopping mall today, but I feel like the heat was quite intense. My nose here, obviously the tip of it, coverage was definitely lost. You can see the redness peeking through, but the corners looks relatively fine. Wait, let me zoom y'all in. You can see there's a little bit of separation going on around here, but I don't think it's anything too like jarring. I don't see any creases or whatsoever. It still looks really skin-like, which is what I like. So this is quality stuff. Transfers like this is bound to happen, so I can't really say anything. And here in Singapore, from tomorrow onwards, you don't have to wear a mask indoors and outdoors, except for on public transport and in healthcare facilities. It's almost the fact that we're going mask-free almost. Shocking. I'm ready to wear lip gloss and I don't think I'll deal with any more of this anymore. I'm so grateful.
I just want to quickly show you guys my first application of this foundation, my first impressions. I had some clips of it and you can see this is slightly more obvious because the lighting wasn't so harsh, I believe, as I was rushing out for work or something like that. And you can see the actual color of the foundation. Of course, I had powdered it down just to keep everything in place. That day was a really hot day, and when I came back home, I was quite impressed with what I saw on my face. You can see the coverage is still there, foundation is still in place, but yeah, it's really not bad. Feels lightweight on the skin, and you can see the amount of transfer is very minimal with the structured Korean mask. So far, my multiple experience using it always has been this, like no transfer, no nothing. That's why I was quite shocked with the flat mask.
Let me know, do you plan on picking up the micro setting fit cushion from Moonshot? Do you like it, hate it, have you tried it? Are you like, Crystal, I'm still a bit on the fence? Let me know, I love to hear from you guys. Or do you have a favorite cushion foundation that you like, that you'd like me to check out? Doesn't have to be a Korean cushion foundation. I could just, go do a little Google research. I'm just falling back in love with cushion foundations, especially in the morning. I don't really have to, grab a foundation brush and faster paint it on my face. We can just go and pat and go into my face. Love it, fast free, and the application, everything was so easy. I love it so much. I hope this video was helpful for you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Do help me out, leave a like, subscribe down below, also to ring the bell. The bell keeps you notified on when I upload. I usually upload on Fridays, so you can keep a lookout for that as well. And I will see you in my next video. Stay safe. Bye bye.